Hello and welcome to Infomo, where precision audiences drive powerful outcomes. With over 740 million unique users, Infomo's data spine powers identity, audience intelligence, and cross-channel activation. Our deterministic data, combined with premium and regional publisher partnerships, delivers scalable and highly targeted audience activation. Activate audiences across every digital channel with a truly omni-channel approach. Zero-hour intelligence engages consumers at the moment of intent. We hope you liked our solution. Let us get started with Infomo. Hello.
What happens when the game changes? You keep moving. You keep shining. You keep slaying. Keep trying. Keep searching. Keep leading.
Let's give them a hell of a service, yeah? Let's go.
Keep celebrating. And if they keep talking,
Keep them talking.
because no matter how far you've come, you keep walking.
काफी बड़ा परिवार है मेरा, यही संसार है मेरा। हर दिन मेरी कोशिश है इसे हरा भरा रखने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को मजबूत बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को जीता जागता बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश बड़ों की सेवा की, कुछ कोशिश छोटों को बड़ा बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश नई दिशाएं दिखाने की, कुछ कोशिश उत्साह जगाने की। देश नाम है मेरे संसार का, इंडिया नाम है मेरे परिवार का, टाटा कोशिश जिम्मेदारी निभाने की।
Hello and welcome to Infomo, where precision audiences drive powerful outcomes. With over 740 million unique users, Infomo's data spine powers identity, audience intelligence, and cross-channel activation. Our deterministic data, combined with premium and regional publisher partnerships, delivers scalable and highly targeted audience activation. Activate audiences across every digital channel with a truly omni-channel approach. Zero-hour intelligence engages consumers at the moment of intent. We hope you liked our solution. Let us get started with Infomo. Hello.
What happens when the game changes? You keep moving. You keep shining. You keep slaying. Keep trying. Keep searching. Keep leading.
Let's give them a hell of a service, yeah? Let's go.
Keep celebrating. And if they keep talking,
Keep them talking.
because no matter how far you've come, you keep walking.
काफी बड़ा परिवार है मेरा, यही संसार है मेरा। हर दिन मेरी कोशिश है इसे हरा भरा रखने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को मजबूत बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को जीता जागता बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश बड़ों की सेवा की, कुछ कोशिश छोटों को बड़ा बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश नई दिशाएं दिखाने की, कुछ कोशिश उत्साह जगाने की। देश नाम है मेरे संसार का, इंडिया नाम है मेरे परिवार का, टाटा वो है जिम्मेदारी निभाने की।
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening. And thank you for joining us at the 13th edition of the IAA Leadership Awards, where we celebrate, commend and applaud India's finest leaders in corporate excellence. May I request you all to kindly take your seats and please put your mobile phones on silent mode as we're about to begin momentarily. Before we begin the show, join me as we thank our partners this evening. Celebration partner, Johnny Walker, Lux Blended Water, Associate Partners, Tata Group and MediaCart. Knowledge Partner, Lodestar UM. Media Partners, the Free Press Journal and Hindustan Times. Outdoor Partner, Laksha Media Group. Web Media Partners, AdGully, AdMirror, Indian Television, Manifest, Media Brief, Media News for You, and MXM India. Event Partner, Hansa Events, and Creative Content Partner, Creative Talkative. Also supporting partners, Kotak Private Banking.
Activate audiences across every digital channel with a truly omni-channel approach. Zero-hour intelligence engages consumers at the moment of intent. We hope you liked our solution. Let us get started with Infomo. Hello.
What happens when the game changes? You keep moving. You keep shining. You keep slaying. Keep trying. Keep searching. Keep leading.
Let's give them a hell of a service, yeah? Let's go.
Keep celebrating. And if they keep talking.
Welcome to the IAA Leadership Awards 2026. Leadership today lives at the intersection of competing demands, where seemingly opposing forces must work together, where success is measured not only by what is achieved, but by the impact it leaves behind, where the best decisions are rooted in data, yet guided by the courage to trust experience. Where progress is measured not only by efficiency, but by how it makes people feel. Where the future is embraced without losing sight of the legacy that inspires it. Where questioning the status quo leads to progress that endures. Where technology expands what is possible and imagination defines what comes next. Where the ability to move with speed is strengthened by the confidence to remain steady Because great leadership is not found at the extremes. It is found in the ability to navigate both. Welcome to the IAA Leadership Awards 2026, where we celebrate leaders who understand the power of balance.
That was a wonderful start. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I was expecting a good evening at this point. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. I'm your host, Angela Rebello, and welcome to the 13th edition of the IAA Leadership Awards. Thank you. It is wonderful to be back to one of the most anticipated evenings on the Indian corporate calendar. And personally, this evening is a little more special to me because over the last few years, I have watched India's finest leaders get on the stage, and over the years, the names must have changed, the companies must have changed, but what remains constant is the pursuit of excellence. This evening, ladies and gentlemen, we celebrate leaders that have not only delivered exceptional business performance, but have also navigated through this increasingly complex world with clarity, with courage, and with conviction. If the last few years have taught us anything, it is that leadership is not just about excelling in one dimension. Leadership is about balancing different priorities. And that's why tonight we celebrate the power of balance. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we celebrate leaders who embrace complexity, who have shown confidence during uncertainties, and who have taken difficult decisions. And hence, they have created a positive impact on the society, on their organizations, and on people. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, it is my honor to welcome all of you to the 13th edition of the IAA Leadership Awards. This is that time we bring in all your applauses together and a bit louder. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. And now to officially welcome all of you, I'd like to invite on stage Mr. Abhishek Karnani, President, IAA India Chapter. Please give him a huge round of applause as he joins us on stage here. Hi, over to you.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 13th edition of the International Advertising Association Leadership Awards. Let me begin with a question. What does leadership actually look like today? Is it the person with the biggest title, the loudest voice, the highest market cap, or is it something far more difficult? Because in a world where AI can write a speech, sometimes even your annual report, where markets react in seconds, misinformation travels faster than facts, and uncertainty has almost become a business strategy. Leadership has never been more tested. Today, leaders aren't just expected to deliver results. They are expected to inspire trust, to make difficult decisions with incomplete information, to balance growth with responsibility, and perhaps the hardest of all, to stay human. That's precisely why International Advertising Association exists. For over 8 decades globally and through its India chapter, the IAA has brought together leaders from marketing, media, advertising, and business, not just to celebrate excellence, but to spark conversations, challenge conventions, and help shape the future of our industry. Because leadership isn't about standing above the industry, it's about moving the industry forward. Tonight is a celebration of exactly that. People who haven't simply built successful businesses, they have built trust, they have built teams, they have built cultures, and in many cases, they have built optimism when the world needed it most. Just like Spider-Man, the IAA has always believed that with good leadership comes great responsibility towards our stakeholders, towards this remarkable country, and towards the only planet we can call home. That's why, over a decade ago, the IAA launched the Olive Crown Awards to celebrate ideas that make sustainability impossible to ignore. Our focus this year is equally clear. 3 priorities: AI, skilling, conversation. Helping our industry understand effectively use of artificial intelligence, not fear it. Building new skills for the next generation of marketeers and creative leaders. And creating spaces where the biggest conversations shaping our business can happen. Because industries don't evolve by accident. They evolve through dialogue. And before long, we'll gather again in October for another our flagship celebration, the India Awards, recognizing the collaboration and creativity that move brands, business, and people. But tonight belongs to leadership, to vision, to courage, and to those who remind that while technology may change the way we work, character will always define the way we lead. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the IAA Leadership Awards 2026. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kannani. We'll have you back shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, the IAA has always believed that communication is a force for good and has consistently stepped up to champion causes that need awareness. As we all know, Assam is reeling under the effects of devastating floods and needs all the help it can get. We thank our media partners, Sambaad Group Odisha, Free Press Journal, and Lakshya for always helping us to spread the good word. I would now again request President Mr. Abhishek Kannani and Ms. Nandini Dias, Chairperson IAA Leadership Awards, to please join us on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to acknowledge the invaluable support and collaboration that has made tonight's event possible. Very warm welcome to both of you. Can we start with a big round of applause for both of them? Behind every successful initiative are partners who share our vision and contribute their expertise to bring ideas to life. We begin by recognizing some of those valued partners this evening. To arrive at the winners of this evening, there is a team that dedicatedly works to provide our jury with wide-ranging qualitative and quantitative databases, parameters, and criteria. With a huge round of applause, please welcome on stage our knowledge partner, Lodestar UM. Well, they are not present here. We'll move on to the next one. Next up is one of our supporting partner whose expertise in communication technology helps organizations connect, engage, and stay informed. Let us hear a huge round of applause for the team at Infomo. Yes, big applauses. All right, so probably, oh, we do have you. Please join us on stage. Thank you. Thank you once again. Ladies and gentlemen, next up is our supporting partner, this evening one of the oldest and most respected private banking institutions in India. It provides end-to-end banking and investment services to 60% of India's top 100 families, and they have maintained their leadership position in the Indian private banking industry even during uncertain and volatile times, and have been named India's Best Private Bank 2026 by Euromoney. Let us hear a huge round of applause for the team from Kotak Private Banking. A very warm welcome to you, sir. We will also have our celebration partner, Johnny Walker, Lux Blended Water, and associate partners, Tata Group and MediaCart, joining us on stage a little later this evening. Let us also hear a huge round of applause for all the partners over here. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you, ma'am and sir, for joining us here. Thank you. Well, a little more on our partners. We have our partners, media partners, the Free Press Journal and Hindustan Times, outdoor partner, Lakshya Media Group, web media partners, Ad Gully, Admira. I'm loving the applause is coming for all our partners. That's how we do it. Admira, Indian Television, Manifest, Media Brief, Media News for You, and MXM India. Event partner, Hansa Events, and creative content partner, Creative Talkative. Thank you once again for your support. We're truly, truly honored. Now, joining us next on stage is someone who has been instrumental in shaping the vision of the IAA Leadership Awards year after year. Her leadership and unwavering commitment have made this celebration one of the most respected recognitions of the business leadership in the country. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Nandini Dias, Chairperson, IAA Leadership Awards 2026. Hello, ma'am. Such an honor.
Good evening, everyone. It's an absolute pleasure to welcome all of you, our distinguished jury, leaders from the corporate India, colleagues from International Advertising Association, our partners, and friends. You know, every year, as we prepare for the IAA Leadership Award, we ask ourselves one question: what does leadership look like today? Not the future, not yesterday, but right now, in the India of today. A decade ago, leadership was largely measured on a calculator: scale, growth, market share. Then came an era of digital transformation and balancing technology and humanity. But leadership today is defined by navigation. Navigate geopolitical uncertainty, shifting trade realities, an environment where businesses need to adapt and pivot instantly. The more the world changes, the harder it becomes to define leadership. Is it energy? Is it vision, courage, perspectives, people skills? And suddenly I realized perhaps the challenge wasn't the answer. Perhaps the challenge was the question itself. Can a leader really be just one thing? Or must a leader be many things? Is leadership simply about focus? Or is focus just one of the many plates that today's leaders keep spinning? Truth is, today's leaders have to be many things, often at the same time. Is that a stretch? Well, let me make a simple submission. Leadership is the ability to be stretched. For it is at the tension between opposing forces that the sweet spot of modern leadership lies. The tension between profit and purpose, the tension between data and intuition, transformation and legacy, agility and stability, innovation and responsibility. The best leaders don't look at eliminating tension. They learn to lead through it. It is no longer this or that. It is this and that. That is why this year's theme is the power of balance. But let's not make the error of mistaking balance for compromise. I believe it is quite the opposite. Balance is not standing in the middle, undecided. It is having the wisdom to hold opposing truths at the same time and being very decisive about both. And I believe the future will belong to the leader who can balance many things exceptionally well. As leaders have evolved, so has these awards. In many ways, the evolution of India's economy is reflected in the changing categories these awards have celebrated. A decade ago, it was automobile, telecom, mobile phones. Then came e-commerce, fintech, edtech, OTT, and digital-first businesses. Today, the emerging categories are quick commerce, healthcare, mutual funds, mobility, electric vehicles. The sectors may change. The technologies may change. But one thing never changes. The IAA Leadership Awards recognize not only what you do, but how you do it. That philosophy is reflected in the way these awards are chosen. The IAA Leadership Awards are unique because they cannot be entered. No nominations, no campaigns, no presentation, no lobbying. In fact, the winners today would not even have known that their journey was being evaluated by such an eminent jury. Because leadership isn't something you apply for. It is something others recognize. Every year, we proactively evaluate about 2,000 companies across 14 categories using independent third-party business, brand, and sustainability databases compiled by our knowledge partner, Lodestar. Strong numbers are essential, but they are not sufficient. We also look at innovation, transformation, resilience, brand strength, adaptability, purpose, and responsible leadership. Performance tells us what has been achieved. Leadership tells us what has been built and what could be achieved next. Finally, our distinguished all-CEO jury representing diverse sectors and decades of business experience brings something no database can ever: independent judgment. They question the evidence, they challenge it, debate it, and ultimately identify leaders whose success is built to endure. And as I conclude, my sincere thanks to the jury chair, Prabha Narasimhan, our distinguished jury, he's all been here, our partners and sponsors for making this evening possible. A big congratulations to all our winners. It's a night to celebrate and reflect in equal measure. Or staying with the theme of the evening, keep it balanced.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. The IAA Leadership Awards celebrate excellence across 14 diverse categories, each representing a unique industry and a distinct measure of leadership. Evaluating such diverse achievements calls for a jury with equally diverse perspectives and deep cross-sectoral expertise. Leading yet another distinguished panel of accomplished business leaders from across industries was Prabha Narasimhan, MD and CEO, Colgate Palmolive India Limited. Together, their experience, insight, and balanced judgment have ensured a rigorous evaluation process. Before we begin honoring this year's winners, let us first acknowledge the remarkable individuals whose wisdom and have shaped tonight's awards, actually. Let's take a look.
Every year, we actually hear conversations on leadership. This year, we felt that because of the conditions that we are in, CEOs now are not just looking at their companies, their categories. You need to be cognizant, you need to be aware of the external geopolitical things that are happening. You need to balance not just the commerce and the understanding of your own business, but of the environment.
So I think what makes this judging process really interesting is firstly the number of categories that we cover in this entire awards. Secondly, the rigor on the data. And I think the third thing that stood out for me is that even in a difficult year, and last year was difficult, there have been some companies that have had absolutely outstanding performance.
Very nice. I think it was a very good discussion, very good jury panel. I would say the experience was very diverse. Good discussions and sharing of knowledge. Very interesting.
So we are looking at data, we are looking at numbers from hard sources, and then of course we are putting our own qualitative judgment call, expertise of the industry, etc., to arrive at what should be the winner. But this whole mix of, large majority of it being driven by quantity and some amount of discussions and depth of experience that we have.
Most of the categories were hugely discussed and everyone had a point of view and all of that. And the best part was that people were open to listening to each other. So one of the categories which, I had a point of view was the OTT space. And in that particular category, I was, found changing my mind, due to arguments presented by the other jury members. And I was happy to do that. The day was super productive. Everyone started on time and ended on time and had a great discussion. What more can you ask for?
The learning experience about different viewpoints, different thoughts, and especially the industry variety, right? So I learned a lot, and I also felt that I could contribute, right? Because the way the session was run, it was very open, it was conversational, and I think there were different viewpoints. And I think the nice part was that the consensus was pretty strong.
In our day-to-day life, we're so focused on the things we do, our sector, and today just meeting people from a wide variety of sectors, having conversations on things right from OTT to consumer durables to you name it. It's been quite a learning experience.
At the outset, the sheer diversity of leaders across industry sectors that came in together to deliberate on leadership across various sectors, and then deciding on what criteria really led to the winners being selected today was amazing. The level of experience and also the variety of experiences that were there in the room led to synergistic energy coming together.
So to me as a CEO, it's a big takeaway that how the best in class are performing, so you get to learn something. And the second and the more important takeaway is that on each of these companies, you have a very eminent jury, fellow jury members who have a view on that as well.
Many CEOs themselves have shifted from industries. So getting a room full of people with that kind of deep experience, seeing the interaction with them is the first joy for me.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, before we move forward, let's please put our hands together for our jury. Come on, everybody. And this time, let's make it really louder. It is indeed an honor to once again be here on stage and welcome all of you. We're going to take a small moment here and wait for our chief guest, who will be joining us in just a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are privileged to be joined this evening by our chief guest, Honorable Governor of Maharashtra, Shri Jishnu Dev Verma. Big round of applause, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be welcoming our jury a bit later. And now moving on to our next part. As we celebrate exceptional leadership across corporate India, it is equally important to recognize that the nation's progress is built on a shared commitment between visionary industry and forward-looking governance. Together, they create the environment in which innovation flourishes, enterprises grow, and economies prosper. It is therefore our privilege to welcome as our chief guest this evening, the Honorable Governor of Maharashtra, whose distinguished public service and steadfast commitment to constitutional values continue to inspire confidence and progress. Ladies and gentlemen, may I request you to please join me in extending a very warm welcome to our chief guest, Honorable Governor of Maharashtra, Shri Jishnu Dev Verma, along with Mr. Abhishek Karnani, President, IAA India Chapter, and Ms. Nandini Dias, Chairperson, IAA Leadership Awards. Request you to please join us on stage. As a mark of our respect for the national anthem and Maharashtra's song, may I request everyone to kindly rise.
Vande महान अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
महाराष्ट्र माझा गरजा महाराष्ट्र माझा जय जय महाराष्ट्र माझा गरजा महाराष्ट्र माझा भीतीनं आम्हा तुझी मुळी कडकडणाऱ्या नभा अस्मानाच्या सुलतानीला जबाब देती जिभा सह्याद्रीचा सिंह गर्जतो शिवशंभू राजा
दरी दरीतून नाद गुंजला महाराष्ट्र माझा जय महाराष्ट्र माझा गरजा महाराष्ट्र माझा
काळ्या छातीवरी कोरली अभिमानाची लेणी
ओलादी मनगटे खेळती खेळ जीव घेणी
दारिद्र्याच्या उन्हात शिजला निढळाच्या घामाने भिजला देश गौरवासाठी झिजला दिल्लीचेही दस्तरानी तो महाराष्ट्र माझा जय जय महाराष्ट्र माझा गरजा महाराष्ट्र माझा जय जय महाराष्ट्र माझा.
Thank you. And do take your seats. May I now please request Mr. Karnani and Ms. Dias to please present a token of our gratitude to the Honorable Governor. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me with your applauses for this moment. Yes, Governor sir, may we please request you to say a few words. Thank you, ma'am and sir.
Good evening and namaskar. Sri Abhishek Karnani, President, International Advertising Association, India Chapter. Srimati Prabha Narasimham, MD and CEO, Colgate Palmolive India Limited, and Jury Chair. Srimati Nandini Dias, Chairperson, IAA Leadership Awards. Sri Dilip Sangvi, IAA Business Leader of the Year, Founder and Managing Director, Sun Pharmaceuticals. Captains of Industry, good evening and namaskar. I am pleased to be in the midst of this august gathering at the 13th edition of the IAA Leadership Awards. I congratulate the International Advertising Association, IAA India Chapter, for recognizing leaders whose vision and commitment have made an impactful contribution to India's economic and social progress. Leadership is measured not merely by business success or market share. True leadership lies in the ability to inspire trust, create opportunities, and build institutions that benefit society. The IAA Leadership Awards celebrate these timeless values, and I commend the IAA India chapter for its commitment to recognizing excellence across diverse fields. As we move towards the vision of Viksit Bharat 2047, every sector has an important role to play in shaping the country's future. The advertising, media, and marketing industry occupies a unique position. It does not merely promote products. It shapes aspirations, influences consumer behavior, drives innovation, and strengthens brands that contribute to the nation's economic growth. India today is one of the world's fastest growing advertisement markets. The country's advertising and media industry is estimated to be worth well over 1 lakh crore, while India's digital advertising segment has been growing at one of the fastest rates globally. India has 900 million internet users, over 1.2 billion mobile connections, and one of the world's youngest populations. The Honorable Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi ji, had addressed the WAVE Summit in Mumbai. In his speech, the Prime Minister had highlighted India's emergence as a global hub for media entertainment and the creative economy. His vision has infused new confidence in the advertising industry, encouraging it to embrace innovation, technology, and authentic Indian storytelling while expanding its global footprint. The emergence of artificial intelligence and data-driven marketing is transforming the way brands engage with consumers, making creativity and innovation more important than ever before. However, advertising must uphold truthfulness, transparency, and ethics. It should not be misleading. The most successful brands are those that build trust, respect consumer intelligence, and contribute positively to society. I am delighted to join this distinguished gathering of industry leaders, entrepreneurs, innovators, and creative professionals. The IAA India chapter deserves appreciation for recognizing outstanding achievers, thereby inspiring young professionals to dream bigger, innovate fearlessly, and lead with integrity. I congratulate Mr. Sanghi and all the distinguished award recipients. As India aspires to become a Viksit Bharat by 2047, the power of ideas, communication, and creativity will be as important as capital and technology. The leaders we honor today have demonstrated that meaningful leadership is about creating impact that extends beyond business and contributes to nation building. I once again congratulate all the award recipients and convey my best wishes to the International Advertising Association of India chapter for the continued success of these prestigious awards. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Maharashtra.
Yes. So request you to please to stay back on stage with us. Thank you for sharing your vision and your very insightful words. And now I'd like to request Mr. Karnani and Ms. Dias to please join us on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, at the IAA Leadership Awards, every year we recognize one exceptional individual whose influence extends far beyond the organization they have built. The IAA Business Leader of the Year honors someone whose vision, values, and leadership have not only transformed an industry, but also have contributed meaningfully to India's growth story. This year's recipient is a leader who has redefined what Indian enterprise can achieve on the global stage. From building one of the world's largest pharmaceutical companies to creating a truly multicultural organization that attracts some of the brightest talent from across the world. His journey is a testament to quiet determination, long-term vision, and relentless execution. A man known for letting his work speak louder than his words, he has demonstrated that enduring leadership is built not only on business success, but on purpose, perseverance, and the courage to think for the long term. Ladies and gentlemen, let us take a look at the winner.
The IAA Business Leader of the Year is Dilip Shangvi of Sun Pharmaceutical Industries.
Ladies and gentlemen, big applauses as we welcome on stage Dilip Shangvi. May I now request Mr. Abhishek Karnani to please read the citation.
The India chapter of the International Advertising Association is proud to recognize Dilip Shangvi, IAA Business Leader of the Year 2026, for his visionary leadership in building Sun Pharmaceuticals Industries into one of the world's leading pharmaceutical companies, for creating a truly global, multicultural organization that attracts the finest talent from around the world, setting a benchmark for Indian enterprise, for his commitment for making high-quality, affordable medicines accessible to millions of patients across the globe, for championing the discovery and development of innovative medicines in India for the world, inspiring a new era of Indian innovation, for his resilience, long-term vision, and unwavering commitment to excellence in creating enduring values for patients, employees, and stakeholders, for leading with quiet conviction, proving that lasting impact is built through persistent action, integrity, and purpose. Signed, Abhishek Karnani, President, IAA India Chapter, August 7, 2026.
Thank you for those incredible words, Mr. Karnani. And now, may we please also present the award. May I please request Mr. Dilip Shangvi, sir, to please say a few words.
No, thank you, sir, for recognizing the work and the efforts of the entire Sun Pharma team. I also thank the jury and IAA for this recognition. I think this I accept on behalf of the entire Sun Pharma team. I also wish to use this opportunity to thank my family because so building business, especially from where I started, required me to constantly be available for business. So thank my wife for looking after the family and to to build strength in the children so that we could reach where we are. So thanks once again for this recognition. Thank you, sir.
So it's a true honor to have you here on stage and to experience your humbleness, rather. Can we please, once again, ladies and gentlemen, a very big round of applause for Dilip sir. Before we continue with the next segment of the evening, we would like to express our sincere gratitude to our chief guest, the Honorable Governor of Maharashtra, for graciously joining us and honoring this celebration with his presence. As a mark of our respect, may I request everyone to kindly rise for a rendition of Vande Mataram, followed by the national anthem, after which our Honorable Governor will take our leave.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. May you please be seated. Moving forward, the best leadership lessons are rarely found in textbooks. They are shaped by experience, difficult decisions, defining moments, and the courage to stay the course. Our next segment brings you an opportunity to hear directly from one of India's most respected business leaders as we explore the ideas, experiences, and philosophies that have shaped an extraordinary leadership journey. Let us welcome back on stage our IAA Business Leader of the Year, Mr. Dilip Shangvi and Ms. Nandini Dias on the stage for a wonderful conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, let's honor their presence on stage right now.
So, Mr. Sangvi, congratulations once again.
Thank you.
And I know ideally I should let you go and enjoy this moment, but I don't think we want to miss this opportunity of having learning, experience and wisdom from you. So if you'll allow me just 10-15 minutes. And I think the best place in a way to start is to, your leadership has been set apart because of your willingness to see opportunity where others see distress. You have in the last couple of years, actually bought 6 companies which were multicultural, multi-country, and how has that been? The latest has been in a way Organon. So when you walk into a distressed business, what do you look for that others don't? Do you evaluate companies differently from how investors do?
No, I think it's a misconception that I would like to clarify, is that we don't buy distressed company per se, but we buy companies which we think we can run better than the current owners. But more important than that, I think we need to see whether it is strategically important for us to acquire that business. So every one of the acquisition, in addition to being our ability to create wealth and value for our shareholders, we also look at how it will advance our long-term business objective to making Sun Pharma a global company.
But is there a different way that you're actually evaluating than what investors do? Or, how do you see and evaluate a distressed company or a company which you see as opportunity?
No, like what I said, say if we acquired Ranbaxy.
Yeah.
And at that point of time, I think it was more or less same size as that of Sun Pharma. In terms of top line, in terms of bottom line, not as big. But it was 15% of Sun Pharma's value. And we acquired it for equity, so there was no financial commitment. But we knew the business. We also knew the markets in which they were present. We knew what was their R&D capable of, because we have seen them work in the past. So we found ways to ensure that the intrinsic strength of the company we gave them an opportunity to come out. So today I think a large part of converting Renbaxi from what it was at that time to making it as successful as the Sun part of business is what we are seeing in the value creation of Sun Pharma shareholders. In the same way, I think Organon is identical to Sun in terms of size, $6.2 billion, more or less identical in terms of profitability. Let's say they are $1.9 billion, we are $1.8 billion. But in terms of valuation, they are less than 25% of Sun value. The key reason is that our business is growing at close to 10% and they are growing at 1-2%. So if we are able to find a way to revive the growth in the business, to give it much more focus on R&D and strategic direction, I think we can create huge shareholder value for both the businesses. And that's, I think, our objective.
And, you know, many acquisitions actually fail at the integration level, particularly when they involve different cultures and different countries. In a way, for you, were people and culture harder to fix, or processes and, you know, operations? What are the first things that you do when you have to, you know, you acquire a company like that?
I think, first of all, recognize the importance of culture in making any business successful. Because all businesses succeed because people work effectively as a team and they work with a view to growing the business. So you need to create an environment where people feel wanted, respected, and valued for what they can contribute. Sometimes they may not have the strategic direction or the investment resources which are required to make the business successful. So if you make that clear to people, that we will evaluate for your success and not for failure, because all of us make mistake. So if you start evaluating people for failure, it kind of restricts people from taking difficult decisions. So I think in case of all our previous acquisitions, I think we've been able to find a way to strengthen the capability. Many of the, I mean not many, almost all our acquisition, the same team have become very successful. We haven't had significant leadership change in the businesses that we've acquired.
Wow, that's awesome. I think most organizations, when integration happens, I totally agree. You know, there's so much change, and especially the first thing that starts changing are leaders. And that's really heartening to know and a great lesson for a lot of us. Okay, let me pivot. India is called the pharmacy of the world. We supply to 200 countries. We're a large provider to US. Sun Pharma is a #1, you know, in our country, but you're also #5, if not more now because of Organon's this, in US. Do you believe Indian pharma has become a form of soft power for India?
No, I think India clearly contributes to working towards global health because an important supplier of high quality, cost effective medicine. What I think we are looking for as a country is how can we innovate also in India? How can we solve problems of different diseases which current treatment options cannot? And I think government is working with the industry in terms of creating, they've created 2 schemes by which research in India is encouraged. They're making changes in the regulatory framework which hinder the innovation. But I am reasonably sure that in next few years, we will have many products coming out of India which are globally helping patients.
Sure, sure. And, you know, I think all industry conversations start with AI these days. So healthcare could be one of the biggest beneficiaries of AI. Sun Pharma has historically, and you know, if you look at the book, it says it actually puts great value on relationship between medical representative and doctors. Do you see AI changing that relationship or making the human relationship even more important?
No, we clearly see AI strengthening our medical representatives' ability to build better relationship with doctors and also be truly helpful. But apart from medical representative, I think use of AI in research, use of AI in strengthening manufacturing and regulatory capability is immense. And I kind of look forward to embracing AI so we can become a much better company.
And he's known to have said a very memorable thing some years back, saying every 3 years, I want my sales figures to become my profit figures. Has that ambition changed? And now is there a different ambition?
So I don't know from where you got that quote. Because I have never looked at our performance only in terms of money. I think our focus has always been, so like we evaluate our business not only in terms of top line, but share of prescriptions from different specialties. So I think maybe it would be in context of our historical performance, is that in last 3 years we would have, let's say, what was our top line is now our bottom line. But also I realize that as the business becomes bigger, ability to multiply in a short period of time, I think I would be very happy if we are able to, let's say, double our profitability in 4 years instead of 2 years. But I think size has its own restrictions.
But you've been doing it, and it's been awesome for not only Sun, but for the country. Okay, since this is a leadership, get together, let me ask you a couple of leadership questions. You've led for the last 4 decades and seen all kinds of changes, business, technology, markets, society. After 4 decades, what has become easier about leadership and what has become harder?
So I look at leadership more in terms of being able to help people succeed and strengthening their capability or the team's capability, and that has not changed. However, what I see is that, say, when I started the business, the gratification window that people had, so like people were prepared to wait. And in today's situation, I think that patience is much shorter. So I think you need to adopt, and in that environment also still find a way to attract good people and also to retain those good people. So fortunately for us, I think that has never been a major problem, but that's something that we continue to focus on.
That's awesome. Just valuing people as opposed to just, technology it's very heartening to hear. Okay, your book, in a way, The Reluctant Billionaire, talks about Sun Pharma's journey from a founder-led organization to a professionally managed organization. All transformations, in a way, come at some personal cost, particular with long-standing relationships, and you started with 4 friends together. Looking back, is there anything about that journey you regret?
No, I think one issue is that I kind of always took the help and the support that I got from my family for granted. I was not grateful enough, and I wish to find a way to thank both my children as well as my wife for helping me do what I have done. But otherwise, I think from business point of view, nothing dramatically different. Maybe we should have started investing in innovation a little bit earlier than what we did. But otherwise, nothing significantly different.
But the awesome thing is, if you see the book, actually 150 friends. I mean, I can't remember anyone who actually has 150 friends and all of them, you know, swearing and vouching for it. I mean, when I read the book, I was stunned. Usually everyone talks of, you know, the corner office being lonely, but you having so many friends is, it's really remarkable. Okay, so you have built an extraordinary company. But you have refrained from building a personal cult around yourself. In an era where CEOs are often brands in their own right, do you think leadership has become too performative?
I think it's difficult to sit on value judgment like that. But as far as I am concerned, I think I take happiness from successes of my team member. And I have a very long window of gratification. So I can wait for performance to come after 5 years, 6 years. It doesn't discourage me. I keep on trying.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so the last questions, and I will let you continue the celebration. So the theme of this year's awards, IAA Leadership Awards, is the power of balance. Your journey reflects many such balances. Ambition with humility, growth with discipline, global scale with long-term thinking. After everything that you've built and everything that you've learned, what does balance mean to you today?
No, I think one important unfinished business is to make Sun Pharma a global company, because we are a large international company, but we are not truly a global company. The second important part of my unfinished business is to have a few innovative drugs developed in India, researched in India, launched globally. So I think that's what I wish to do in the next few years.
That's awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dilip Sanghvi, I'm really honored to be even sitting next to him. Thank you very much for sharing your story, your wisdom, and for giving India a place of pride in the global pharmaceutical stage.
No,
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mr. Sanghvi, congratulations once again, and thank you for such an engaging and insightful conversation. The experiences, perspectives, and leadership lessons shared today have given us all much to reflect upon. We would now like to invite back on stage Mr. Abhishek Karnani and Ms. Nandini Dias to please join us on stage. Before we move forward, we would like to present our jury members with a specially curated hamper from Fable, the luxury chocolate brand from ITC, a small token of our appreciation for your invaluable time, insight, and contribution to this year's awards. Ladies and gentlemen, each of tonight's winners will also receive a specially curated food hamper from ITC Foods. And now, let's hear a huge round of applause for our jury members once again, inviting back on stage Prabha Narasimhan, jury chairperson for the IAA Leadership Awards 2025 and Managing Director and CEO. 2025 and 2026, actually. Well, she's a Managing Director and CEO of Colgate-Palmolive India Limited. We also have Atul Singhal, founder and CEO, Spipbox Wealth Managers Private Limited, to please join us on stage right now. Gurmeet Singh, Resident Director, Cora India, and Advisory Director, The Nimble Labs. Please to join us on stage. know our jury deserves a very big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Pradeep Vivedi, Group CEO, Eros Media World, and Sanjay Jain, Group CEO, BDS Limited. We would also like to extend our gratitude to our jury members who could not join us here this evening. Kavita Chaturvedi, Chief Executive, Biscuits and Confections Business ITC Limited. Jayant Acharya, Joint Managing Director and CEO, JSW Steel. Himanshu Chakravarti, CEO, Stellaro Brands, Ace Vector Group. And while the felicitation is happening on stage, please join me in giving them an applause. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our jury members. Thank you to all of you. Requesting our jury chair, Prabha Narasimhan, to please wait back. Request you, ma'am, to please say a few words. Oh, that'll be good. This is for you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. This is actually the second time that I've had the privilege of being the jury chair for these awards. The first time I was invited, I thought it was a mistake. The second time, I realized they're just gluttons for punishment. But I want to thank the IAA. I truly enjoy being on this jury. I learn a lot, and I know I speak for the rest of the jury as well. I'm also standing here between all of you and what you came for, which is the awards, so I promise not to stand here for too long. And just to say that what struck me as we were judging these awards was two things. One, the absolutely outstanding effort that goes into creating the data that comes to us. So Nandini, congratulations to you and your team. Amazing job done as always. And the second, the rigor with which Mr. Karnani follows up on making sure that we're only awarding the absolute best of the best. So if you are winning tonight, our heartiest congratulations, and please know that you are truly the best of the best that this country has to offer. One last comment from me on the power of balance. As you will go through tonight's winners, you will see that all of these winners have one thing in common. As much as they embrace new technology, new ways of doing things, and everything that is changing, they also absolutely stay committed to the core of what built their business, to listening to their consumers, and making sure that they're taking everybody along, their people, their consumers, and the entire country. So super proud, very happy to have been part of this jury, and thank you again for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And now I'd like to invite back on stage Abhishek Karnani and Nandini Dias to please join us. Ladies and gentlemen, this time we felicitate some of our partners before our next set of awards. First up, we have our associate partners whose expertise in media planning and buying continues to help brands connect with audiences in meaningful and impactful ways. Let us hear a huge round of applause for the team at MediaCart. Applause, yeah, let's go for it. Right, we now move on. They are not present here with us. Joining us next is our other associate partner this evening, whose name has been synonymous with trust, purpose, and nation building. We are proud to acknowledge their valued partnership this evening. Let us hear a huge round of applause for the team at Tata Group. Thank you. And now every celebration deserves a partner that embodies excellence, and our celebration partner this evening has inspired generations with its enduring philosophy and of progress. And joining us from Diageo is Ruchira Jaitley. Please give her a huge round of applause. You're all coming on stage. A warm welcome to all of you. Yeah. Thank you so much once again for your partnership. Please do wait back. Please do wait back. Through the evening, we will be celebrating brands and the leaders behind them. But behind many of the world's most successful campaigns is another kind of leadership: the ability to inspire trust, create aspiration, and build authentic connections with audiences. Our next honor celebrates an individual whose presence extends far beyond the screen. Whether portraying a soldier driven by courage, a determined young entrepreneur, or characters that have resonated across generations, he has consistently demonstrated versatility, authenticity, and quite confidence. Those very qualities have made him one of the country's most sought-after brand ambassador, representing some of India's and the world's most respected brands across lifestyle, technology, mobility, food, fashion, and consumer products. With every campaign, he has strengthened the bond between brands and consumers, proving that the most powerful endorsements are built not just on popularity, but on credibility and trust. Ladies and gentlemen, let us take a look at this year's recipient.
The IAA Brand Endorser of the Year is Siddharth Malhotra.
ये दिल मांगे more से शुरू हुई ये एक कहानी, और आज हर leading brand wants more of him. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as we welcome on stage Siddharth Malhotra. Congratulations. Thank you so much, Siddharth. May I request you to stay back, and thank you so much, Nandini and Abhishek, for joining us here. All right, firstly, congratulations on the award. Everybody, one more time, a big round of applause.
Thank you, IAA. It means a lot to be recognized by a body which represents people behind some of India's most iconic brands. I think the CMOs in the body clearly know the pulse of the audience and what they love, and that's why they chose me this year.
That's
Well,
okay.
as actors, we're fortunate enough to be part of stories that live on for years. But brand stories, they always connect in a very different way. I think they become a part of your everyday story, from your living room to your bedrooms and so on. And that's where it becomes so special for us to be part of brands which become part of our stories. And likewise, we become a part of the brand story. So this is all thanks to all the brands who've believed in me over the years and their wonderful teams, and to everyone who supported me. This really means a lot. Thank you. And before I end, actually, I can't help but remember my early years when I started off as an actor, and I endorsed a few of my very early brands. And my family thought that being a brand endorser means that you're a shareholder in the company, and you could get any kind of discount possible for you and family, and lots of freebies. And I used to keep disappointing them. So cheers to my family to finally understanding how this business works. And last but not the least, to all my fans who have given me so much love over the years, without whom this won't be possible. So thank you guys. It feels wonderful to be here tonight and to get this amazing award.
Thank you so much, Siddharth. But before you go, that was wonderful, wasn't it? Everybody, come on, a big round of applause. You know, I want to ask you this, that recently you've become a parent. Firstly, congratulations on that. And yes, whew, everybody relates to you here. You know, they say that parenthood changes your perspective. How has it changed your perspective? I mean, in terms of work, in terms of priorities, how is it?
Oh, wow. Yes, we've been fortunate enough to be parents of a lovely young baby girl who's just turned 1 year old last month. And it's just been the most amazing experience of my life. And so many learnings. I think it adds so much more content to your life. It means it adds so much more value to what you do or anything else you do in this world that we all live in. And yeah, I think it's very tough to describe. We're exploring each other every month, every year. And I hope this wonderful relationship only flourishes, and I get to learn so much from my little daughter. And yeah, hopefully, I think it's funny. I think it says brand endorser of the year, which means I don't know if I can really convince my daughter to do many things right now, but that's a process, and hopefully she'll be endorsing many things that we teach her, a lot good values and things to add. But I think it just teaches to be more optimistic in life, so much more patient in seeing a little one's journey over the years. Just like how you guys would see brands develop over the years and grow, you have to nurture them. I'm trying to be the right gardener to just provide enough water that she would flourish into a wonderful human being. So that's the process.
Thank you for sharing that with us also wonderfully. Now, before you go, you spoke about endorsements, you know. Yes. I believe that you have spent years being chosen by some of the world's biggest brands. And tonight, you're actually surrounded by the people who make those decisions. Is there something you want to tell them? Apart from the fact, ye dil mange more.
Exactly, absolutely. I think ये दिल मांगे मोर मेरी बहुत सारी कैटेगरीज खाली है, इसलिए मैं आज मैंने शर्ट भी नहीं पहनी है. देखो कि आप कहाँ जूते से लेके शर्ट से लेके हेयर जेल से लेके, there's so much of me that I would want much more of. So all you guys, this is the pitch right here. This is a great beginning, great introduction. I would leave my manager's phone number very soon on this board.
Thank you for being so nice. Everybody, please give it up for Siddharth Malhotra, and once again, congratulations.
Thank you so much once again. Lots of love. Have a great night, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a lovely moment on stage. We now move to our next set of awards, and to present these awards, please join me in welcoming on stage, once again, Prabha Narasimhan, Jury Chairperson and Managing Director and CEO, Colgate-Palmolive India Limited, Atul Singhal, Jury Member and Founder and CEO, Scriptbox Wealth Managers Private Limited, and Ruchira Jetli, Chief Marketing Officer, Diageo India. Please do us the honors of joining us on stage. Thank you for joining us here. You'll be presenting our first set of awards for the evening, giving away the first 2 awards. Our next category celebrates leaders who shape the products we welcome into our homes every single day. In a world where consumer preferences evolve constantly, they have successfully balanced innovation with trust, quality, with scale, and changing taste with timeless relevance. Let us have a look at the winner.
The IAA Leader of the Year, FMCG Food, is Jayan Mehta, Managing Director, Gujarat Cooperative Milk Marketing Federation Limited, Amul.
Earning the trust of generations and defining the taste of a nation. Growing its foods business by around 11% in 2025, sustained a multi-year CAGR of roughly 12% and held a commanding market share of about 21% in the category. Congratulations! One more time, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up. Our next category celebrates leadership in an industry that is driving one of the biggest transformations of our time. From redefining mobility and embracing electrification to balancing innovation, sustainability, and customer expectations, they continue to shape the future of transportation while keeping India on the move. Let us have a look at the winner.
The IAA Leader of the Year, Auto Passenger Vehicles, including EV and UV, is Nalini Kant Golagunta, Chief Executive Officer, Automotive Division, Mahindra & Mahindra Limited.
Because true leadership is about rising to every challenge and driving the future forward. Emerging as the passenger vehicle leader, growing volumes by about 20% in 2025 and delivering a multi-year CAGR of roughly 36%, while its market share climbed to around 14%. Congratulations one more time. And thank you to our presenters for joining us here. Thank you so much for joining us here. Thank you. To now present our next set of awards, I'd like to invite our presenters. Sanjay Jain, Jury Member and Group CEO, BDS Limited. Mohit Joshi, CEO, Havas Media Network India. Adrian Teron, Head Corporate Brand and Marketing, Tata Group. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming all our presenters on the stage. I think we have some of us missing here. Okay, we'd also like to invite on stage Brajesh Singh, IPS, Principal Secretary and Director General of Information and Public Relationships. Of course, that is in Maharashtra government. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us here. Thank you. Our next award honors a leader who has successfully guided a brand that has become synonymous with health, wellness, and trust. In an industry shaped by changing consumer needs, this leader has balanced innovation with heritage to create enduring value. Let us have a look at the winner.
The IAA Leader of the Year Pharma Consumer Health is Mohit Malhotra, Global Chief Executive Officer, Dabur India Limited.
Blending the wisdom of tradition with the promise of tomorrow, Dabur has had sales growing around 9% in 2025 and a multi-year CAGR of roughly 8%, holding a solid market share of about 13% in its segment. Once again, congratulations and a very big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. All right, congratulations and thank you so much for joining us here on stage. All right, we're looking at what's going to happen next right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to invite our presenters on stage right now, requesting Alok Jalan, IAA Mancom member and Managing Director, Lakshya Media Group, to please join us on stage. Gurmeet Singh, Resident Director, Cora India and Advisory Director, the Nimble Labs, and Sagar Khandelkar, Business Head, Kotak Private Banking, to please join us on stage. Thank you for joining us here on stage. Our next award recognizes a leader who has empowered millions of investors to build wealth with confidence and discipline and a long-term perspective. Let us have a look at the winners.
The IAA Leader of the Year, Mutual Funds is Nimesh Shah, Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, ICICI Prudential AMC.
Because the future belongs to those who prepare for it, one decision at a time. Leading mutual funds with AAUM, average assets under management, growing by about 28% between 2025 and 2026 to nearly 11.7 lakh crore, delivering the strongest large-scale AAUM growth and notable market share gains. Once again, a big congratulations and a very big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Please do stay back. Our next award recognizes a leader in a platform that has fundamentally transformed the way the world learns, creates, and connects. In an era where attention is the most valuable currency, the true leadership lies in building an ecosystem that empowers millions of voices, fuels creativity, and brings knowledge and entertainment to audiences across the globe. It is time to take a look at the winner.
The IAA Leader of the Year, OTT, is YouTube India.
YouTube India. Because the most powerful platforms are those that empower others to create. YouTube dominated the OTT and online video, reaching a 2025 MAU base of about 534 million and commanding roughly 56% share of total minutes viewed, with engagement rising versus the previous year. Once again, congratulations to YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. Our next award honors a leader who has successfully combined technology, innovation, and execution to redefine convenience while continuously evolving with the need of millions of consumers. Let us take a look at the winner.
The IAA Leader of the Year, E-commerce, is Zomato.
Well, something most of us are addicted to, isn't it? Turning everyday convenience into extraordinary customer experiences, emerging as a star of e-commerce, with revenues growing by over 100% between 2024 and 2025, and a multi-year CAGR in excess of 90%, making it the fastest scaling major platform. Ladies and gentlemen, for Zomato, one more time. Congratulations. With that, thank you so much to my presenters for gracing with us over here. Thank you. To present our next set of awards, please join me in welcoming Aditya R. Kanti, IAA Mancom member and CEO, Omnicom Advertising Group. Ruchika Pathak, Head Agency Relationship, MediaCart. And Jaya Subkale, DGM Corporate Brands Tata Group, to please join us on stage. Hello, welcome, welcome. This is the time you give our presenters a big round of applause for joining us on stage here. Okay. It'll be just you and me, ma'am, on stage. You'll now be presenting the next two awards. Our next award recognizes a leader who has built a brand that goes far beyond the product itself. In a highly competitive industry, success demands creating culture, inspiring communities, and constantly challenging convention. This leader has demonstrated how bold thinking, relentless innovation, and a clear brand purpose can redefine an entire category, emerging as the star. Let us have a look at the winner.
The IAA Leader of the Year, FMCG Beverages is Sunil Dhar, Chief Executive Officer, Red Bull India.
Brand we're all very, very much familiar with. Turning bold ideas into extraordinary possibilities, even giving them wings to fly. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, with revenues growing by over 100% between 2024 and 2025, and a multi-year CAGR in excess of 90%, making it the fastest scaling major platform. Congratulations one more time. Please do join us a little ahead. A big round of applause for them one more time. Thank you very much. Thank you. Our next recognition honors an individual who has steered one of India's most influential financial institutions through a rapidly evolving landscape, balancing innovation with trust, growth with stability, and scale with service. This leader has set a benchmark for excellence. Let us have a look at the winner.
The IAA Leader of the Year, Banking is Chala Srinivasulu Sethi, Chairman, State Bank of India.
Congratulations. A leader that continues to strengthen the aspirations of millions and the progress of a nation. While State Bank of India maintained banking leadership with lending income rising from about 3.31 lakh crore to 3.50 lakh crore, and net profit increasing from about 71,000 crore to 75,000 crore between FY25 and FY26. Well, they're not present here, but congratulations to them, and thank you, ma'am, for joining us once again. Please give it up for all our winners who came on stage here. All right, to present our next set of awards, I'd like to welcome our presenters on stage. Raj Kamble, IAA Mancom member, founder and chief creative officer, Famous Innovations, to join us on stage here. Dipali Nair, global head brand marketing and comms Biocon, and Raghvendra Agarwal, global CTO and director Infomo. do join us on stage to give away our next 3 awards. Right? Guess it's going to be you and me, sir. With that, ladies and gentlemen, our next award celebrates a leader whose vision has helped redefine everyday care. In a category built on trust, quality, and constant innovation, this leader has successfully created products and solutions that improve the lives of millions every single day. Let us have a look at the winner.
The IAA Leader of the Year, FMCG Home Care is Reckitt.
Where innovation meets care every single day, Reckitt led home care with sales growth of around 7% in 2025, a solid CAGR of about 8%, and a market share of nearly 12%, supported by substantial but efficient advertising investment. I guess our winner's not in the house right now, but congratulations to Reckitt. Moving on, our next award recognizes a leader in an industry that shapes the way we live every single day. From homes and kitchens to workplaces, success in this space demands a constant demand between innovation, quality, sustainability, and consumer trust. It is time to take a look at the winner.
The IAA Leader of the Year, Consumer Durables is Anil G. Verma, Executive Director and Chief Executive Officer, Godrej & Boyce, GNB.
A legacy built on trust, a future driven by innovation. Godrej & Boyce led consumer durables by growing units sold about 14% in 2025, sustaining a multi-year CAGR of nearly 14% and lifting its market share to roughly 8%, and that is indeed incredible. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, I would love to hear your applauses for all our winners on stage right now. Congratulations, sir, congratulations. Our next award celebrates a leader who has transformed personal mobility for millions. In an industry racing towards electrification, sustainability, and smarter mobility, this leader has successfully balanced innovation with reliability, performance with purpose, and engineering excellence with evolving customer aspirations. Let us take a look at the winner.
The IAA Leader of the Year Auto, two-wheelers, including EV is Anirudh Halda, Senior Vice President Marketing, TVS Motor Company.
The road ahead belongs to those who continue to innovate with purpose, they say. TVS Motor stood out in the two-wheeler with volume growth of about 17% in 2025 and a strong CAGR of nearly 20%, taking its market share close to 19% and gaining ground on larger rivals. That is incredible, isn't it? One more time, congratulations. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. Now, before we move on to our next set of awards, we have something special for all of you. Leadership is often about making decisions with incomplete information and balancing logic with intuition and seeing possibilities that others don't. Our next segment promises to explore exactly that through a fascinating, interactive experience that will challenge the way we think and perceive the world. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as we welcome on stage Akshay Lakshman. He's here to blow your minds quite literally, ladies and gentlemen. We need a very big round of applause as he joins us here on stage. Come on, everybody.
Let's welcome everybody to Planet Pit and show them what worldwide music is.
Thank you so much, Angela. All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Okay, now I'm going to quickly call 4 of you on stage right now. So how about
how about you, ma'am, in the white? Yeah, sorry, over there. And could you help me select the next 3 people from the audience? Any 3 of your choice, quickly, as quick as you can, because we're going to do something special with all of you. Any 4 of you, any 4 of you. We don't say no to a lady, okay? Once she asks, you should be here. Quickly. Take your time. Yes, yes, sir. That's number 1. That's number 2. And number 3. Come on, quickly. Number 3 and number 4. Where's number 4? The 4th one. All right. All 4 of you on stage right now. Come. Join me over here. All right, everybody. Okay. I want all 4 of you right now to stand right here in one line at this point. Just stand right here in one line. I'm going to play a small AV for you. I want all of you to watch that AV, but I want the rest of you to record that AV on your phone, if you wish to, because that's going to be a proof for something, okay? So let's have a look at that AV that I want all of you to watch. It's going to be very important for what we're about to do. Let's have a look at it. This is what mind reading looks like.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That's amazing.
think of a 4-digit number.
Yeah.
Do not tell me that number.
Yes.
Just keep thinking of that 4-digit number. Think of the first digit, in fact. Is the first digit 2?
Yeah.
Is it 4? The second digit is 4.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Keep thinking of the entire 4-digit number and keep repeating it in your head. 2442, 2442, 2442. What was your...
God, it is 2442.
Name any hour from the 12 hours that we have. Whichever would be your favorite one. Choose an hour. 1, 2, 3. 6. 6. A minute from 1 to 60. Which one would you say? 6. 6 is the time that you have given me very, very randomly. Am I correct? Yeah. I'm wearing a watch, a wristwatch on that hand. Can you see that? Okay. You can let go of my hand for now. You said 6. I have never touched my watch at all. So if I turn my watch over, if you see the time on my watch, check this out. It's exactly 6. That's the time on my watch. 6.
मोना मैम आपने एक रैंडम टाइम
There's the last clip. There's the last clip.
आपका रैंडम टाइम था 7:15 आप लोग प्लीज अपना हाथ सीधा रखेंगे एंड आप देखेंगे कि पूरी ऑडियंस के हाथ पर है 7:15
Okay, great. You can stop your recordings now, but now all 4 of you stand right over here because the clip that you all saw is going to help us do something, achieve something. Just stand right in here on the white dots right here. Now, I want the rest of the audience to make sure that they have their calculators in their hand, okay? Not all of you, just the rest of you. Make sure you have your calculators, okay? Are your calculators ready? Okay, that's great. Because now, all these friends of mine are going to give us different random numbers. Ma'am, you look very nervous already. Okay, so sir, if you could give me, all of you, calculators ready? Okay, now sir, if you could give me a quick 4-digit number, what would you say?
4-digit number, 2211.
2211. So all of you enter the numbers 2211 on your calculator. 2211 and hit plus. Hit plus. All right. Ma'am, if you had to give me a 5-digit number, what would you say?
11025.
11025. Everybody enter 11025. Hit plus. Once again, hit plus. Okay. Ma'am, if you had to give me a 6-digit number, what would you give me?
555555.
555555. Okay. Very creative, ladies and gentlemen. I think we all know if the numbers had to go on, what would they be? But 555555 for now. Done. Hit plus one last time. Now, sir, I wanted to make this into a much larger number. So what I'd request you to do is bring your finger close to the keypad. Okay? Just bring it close to the keypad. Close your eyes and randomly start hitting numbers and don't stop. Yeah, just keep going, don't stop. And that's it. That's a lot of numbers. I think this is a 9-digit number. Sir, could you announce those in chunks of 3 so that people can type it?
2, 4, 3, 6, 9, 7, 9, 2, 4.
All right, I'll repeat that for you. 2, 4, 3, 6, 9, 7, 9, 2, 4. okay? And hit equals to. So we all have a final total, which is absolutely at random, right? Could I have known what's going to be the outcome of your numbers? Could I have controlled what numbers you are giving me? Could I have controlled your phones where you're calculating everything? No, right? So all of you, look at your phones right now, and could you say together what is the final total now? 2442 66715. I could not have known that this will be the final outcome, but I could have influenced their minds. I could have primed all of you. The way CEOs of all major leading companies, their job is to focus on the numbers and make sure they motivate their entire team to focus on those numbers. I made sure that I made you focus on a certain target that I wanted to achieve, which was 2442 66715. Would you like me to know how I did that? You all can check it out later on your phones, but can we have a look at that AV once again? Go back, stand over there. Stand over there. Let's have a look at that AV one more time.
Is the first digit 2?
Yeah.
Is it 4? The second digit is 4.
Yes.
2442 2442 2442. What was your any hour from the 12 hours that we have? 6 and a minute. 6 is the time that you have given me.
ने एक रैंडम टाइम चूज किया।
हाँ।
आपका रैंडम टाइम था
7:15.
देखेंगे कि पूरी ऑडियंस के हाथ पर है 7:15।
2442 66
7:15। Thank you so much. Thank you all. I hope you enjoyed watching that. My name is Akshay Lakshman. Thank you. Thank you so much, all, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all.
Didn't he quite blow all our minds out? Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Akshay Lakshman is a very talented man. He's been on India's Got Talent, Entertainment ke liye kuch bhi karega, and he's an online sensation. One more time, please give it up for Akshay Lakshman in the house. Come on, everybody. Thank you, everyone. All right, our next set of awards. We come back to our awards. This award recognizes leaders who have demonstrated that the strongest industries are built on a balance of creativity and commerce, innovation and responsibility as well, and vision and execution. Their contributions have not only transformed organizations, but have also elevated the Indian marketing and communications industry, shaping the way brands connect, communicate, and create value. Tonight, we celebrate these remarkable individuals whose leadership continues to inspire progress and strengthen the industry we proudly call our own. And to present these awards, I'd like to welcome on stage Jaideep Gandhi, Vice President, IAA India Chapter and founder, Another Idea; Pradeep Dwivedi, IAA Mancom member, jury member, and Group CEO, Eros Media World; and Nina Jaipuria, IAA Mancom member. Please give them a very big round of applause as they join us on stage. A very warm welcome. Hello. Hi. All right, our first honor in this segment recognizes a leader who has inspired not just award-winning work, but a culture of creativity, courage, and innovation. In an industry where ideas have the power to shape brands and influence culture, this individual has consistently challenged convention, inspired teams, and raised the benchmark for creative excellence. Let us have a look at this year's recipient.
The IAA Creative Agency Head of the Year is Babita Barua from VML India.
of India's most dynamic creative organizations, bringing together creativity, commerce, technology, and experience to build an agency recognized globally for its transformative work and for setting new benchmarks for innovation and integrated marketing. Once again, congratulations to Babita Barua. Once again, a big round of applause, of course. Babita, before you go, may I please request you to please say a few words? Let us help you with that. Thank you. Yes, we'd love to hear from you.
Thank you to the jury for really considering me, and of course the IAA for this privilege. This one is for VML and for the entire team that has shown a lot of passion, resilience over the last 2 years. I'm just very grateful to be here today. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, media, today is no longer just about reach. It's about relevance, precision, and meaningful impact. Our next award honors a leader who has successfully balanced data with creativity, innovation with execution, and strategy with measurable business outcomes, setting new benchmarks for the industry. Let us have a look at the winner.
The IAA Media Agency Head of the Year is Karthik Sharma from Omnicom Media India.
As the CEO of Omnicom Media Group India, of course, he has led one of the country's leading media networks through a period of remarkable growth and transformation. With over 2 decades of experience, he has championed a client-first, data-led approach, strengthened the group's capabilities across media technology and analytics, and consistently delivered impactful business outcomes for some of the world's most respected brands. Congratulations once again. May we please celebrate him on the stage right now, ladies and gentlemen. So before you go, may we please request you to say, Karthik sir. Yes, that's heavy. Let me help you with that. Yeah, that's for you.
Good evening, everyone. Firstly, thank you so much for the IAA and the jury for considering me and for this award. Truly grateful and a lot of gratitude. This entire award goes to the entire amazing family in Omnicom Media, our clients and our partners, without which we are nothing. And back at home, the family, which is my backbone. So thanks to all of them. Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Our next honor recognizes an individual who has made an extraordinary contribution to the media industry. It celebrates a leader whose vision, strategic thinking, and unwavering pursuit of excellence has helped shape the industry. Through innovation, influence, and a relentless commitment to progress, he has inspired change, set new benchmarks, and left an enduring impact on the way media connects brands, business, and consumers. Ladies and gentlemen, let us take a look at the winner.
The IAA Media Person of the Year is Rahul Kanwal from NDTV.
While combining 2 decades of trusted journalism with digital innovation and audience-first storytelling, he has consistently shaped national conversations through incisive reporting, insightful interviews, and a steadfast commitment to credible journalism while redefining the future of news across platforms. Congratulations one more time. Rahul, may we request you to please say a few words.
A very big thank you to the International Advertising Association's India chapter and every member of this esteemed jury for this high honor. It is both a privilege and a responsibility to receive the IAA Media Person of the Year award. I must admit though, it makes me hugely anxious and very nervous. It reminds me of the time President Barack Obama won the Nobel Peace Prize very early in his tenure as president, and everyone sitting was watching what exactly has he won this award for. Had it perhaps come a little too early? Standing here today, I think I know exactly what that might have felt like. Because this award feels less like recognition for a journey completed and more like encouragement for the road ahead. For me, it marks the beginning of what I hope will be a long and meaningful chapter at NDTV. There is still so much more to build, so much to improve, and so much to achieve. When I joined NDTV a little more than a year ago, I inherited something that cannot be manufactured overnight. A brand built patiently over 3 decades by generations of journalists, producers, camera persons, editors, and countless others who earned the trust of audiences every single day. Over the past year, we've begun to see some serious green shoots. We've grown substantially across television, digital, YouTube, and social media. More importantly, the NDTV brand is once again occupying a larger space in public imagination. But what matters most isn't the growth. It is the reaffirmation of audience trust. For me, it's the only metric that really matters. And honestly, I don't think that these results belong to those who work with us today. They belong to 4 magical letters, NDTV. Our job is not to sit on the trust we've inherited. Our job is to earn it over and over again every single day. Today, the world is saturated with AI-generated and synthetic content. Yet, trust has never been harder to find. That's why I believe that the kind of journalism we aspire to at NDTV has never mattered more. Our responsibility is not to chase sensation. It is not to reduce every issue to a simple binary of yes or no, good or bad, wrong or right, because life and reality is rarely that simple. Our responsibility is to explore the shades of gray, to reflect the full diversity of public opinion, and to ask difficult questions to those in power, and to give audiences the information they need to make up their own minds. My job is not to tell you what to think. Our job is to help our audiences think more deeply. Journalism should illuminate, not inflame. That's the standard we set for ourselves every single day. Our first priority has been to strengthen our core news business, to improve our reporting, deepen our analysis, strengthen our storytelling, and make journalism more relevant and valuable to a new India. At the same time, we are building what we call the NDTV multiverse, with multiple new initiatives like NDTV Good Times, Automade, Lifeline, Launchpad, Tech 360, along with several ideas that allow us to build passionately engaged communities and for audiences to engage with the NDTV brand in new ways. As we move towards a Google Zero world where AI increasingly becomes the gateway to information rather than traditional search, the strength of trusted brands will matter more than ever before. Content can no longer simply exist and hope to be discovered. It has to have depth, it has to have meaning, it has to necessarily create value. Most importantly, it has to build a relationship with audiences strong enough that they choose to come back, not because an algorithm sent them there, but because they trust the brand behind it. That's what we're trying to do with NDTV. I also want to use this opportunity to acknowledge the fabulous members of our team, many of whom are sitting here in the audience this evening, and thank the entire NDTV family, which works relentlessly 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, non-stop. Whatever progress we've made so far is because of their talent, their commitment, their hard work, and their belief in what we are trying to build together. Most importantly, I want to thank our audiences. Their trust, their time, their continued connection with the NDTV brand is the greatest vote of confidence we could have ever asked for. And thank you once again to the International Advertising Association for this recognition. We are deeply grateful for it. But tomorrow morning, we go back to work because the story that we are trying to build at NDTV is still being written. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for sharing those wonderful words. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, can we please congratulate all our winners and give them a very big round of applause? Come on. All right. May we hope all our winners find the power of balance. And once again, congratulations to all of them. Thank you to our presenters for joining us here. Thank you for gracing with us. At the heart of every thriving society are individuals who choose to create a positive impact beyond their professional achievements. And leadership is not defined solely by the organizations we build, but by the lives we touch. We call the next award the IAA Force for Good Award. And it honors one member of the IAA community whose selfless actions have created a lasting impact beyond the Marcom industry, using their influence to uplift communities, inspire change, and serve a greater purpose. This award celebrates the belief that the greatest legacy of leadership is the good it leaves behind. Yes, and to present the next award, I'd like to invite on stage Ramesh Narayan, past President IAA India Chapter and founder Canco, Srinivasan K. Swami, Chairperson, Asian Federation of Advertising Association and Executive Group Chairperson, R.K. Swami. Please join us on stage. A big round of applause. Also Prashant Kumar, CEO, South Asia, WPP Media. Thank you for joining us. A very warm welcome. Our winner this evening has demonstrated that the greatest force for good is not simply helping people. It is empowering them to help themselves. What began as a deeply personal mission has grown into a nationwide movement, opening doors to education, employment, and dignity for countless individuals. Ladies and gentlemen, let us take a look.
The IAA Force for Good 2026 is Sam Balsara.
2nd August 1979. A baby girl was born in the Balsara family. Among the jubilation, none had an inkling of what is to follow. Numerous trips to various doctors, and finally eye doctors determined that the child was afflicted with a unique eye ailment called retinitis pigmentosa, which means her eyesight will progressively decline and she will eventually turn blind. Fortuitously, she heard about a special computer training course conducted at Churchgate for the blind and she enrolled for it. And she became computer literate. A blind friend wanted help with computers and she successfully taught him. This gave her the confidence to start a free class for others like her, and thus was born Tanya Computer Center. First at M&B Industrial Home for the Blind near her home in Malcolm Bagh, Jogeshwari, and then moved to her own house in a garage that was refurbished to become TCC, as the center is now called lovingly by her students. In 2018, Madison Resource Foundation, the CSR unit of Madison World, a communications company run by her father and sister, adopted TCC. And soon, with the help of Blind People's Association, 4 centers came up in Gujarat. Thereafter, with the help of Sight Savers, 8 new centers came up in Katni and Hoshangabad in MP, Hazaribagh and Dumka in Jharkhand, Gaya in Bihar, Kalahandi in Odisha, Mahasamund and Baloda in Chhattisgarh. The latest center to be inaugurated is in Balsar, a place where Tanya's father spent his childhood and from which town Tanya derives her surname. To date, we have 14 centers across India and over 1,000 blind people, mostly young but some elders too, have become computer literate, and more importantly, over 750 of them have been gainfully employed. TCC tries to focus on overall development of the personality to make the students confident of living a purposeful life gain employment.
Sam Balsara and Tanya Balsara on stage. The extraordinary person who has spread her light with her initiatives. Congratulations. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, let's fill the room with your loud applause as this moment deserves. Their vision has inspired this extraordinary initiative. That's a well-deserved standing ovation, isn't it? May we request you to please say a few words? Sam, sir, also could you please stay back? Such an honor. Would you like the stage? Tanya, would you like to say a few words? That would be incredible. Yes, can I have you a little in this? I'll take you on the stage and I'll hold this for you. Okay. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for this. Actually, it's truly an award for my dad and the rest of my family, because it's all thanks to them that I am doing what I do today. So just to give you a little bit of my computer center, way back in 2004, a gentleman came up to me asking if I would be able to help him learn the computer. And seeing that, my dad got the idea of starting TCC at M.N. Banerjee Industrial Home for the Blind. So ever since, it's been an absolutely wonderful journey. If you ever come across a visually impaired who would like to gain computer literacy, please ask them to get in touch with me. Like we say, disabilities create barriers, but determination breaks them. Thank you everyone.
Sam, would you like to say something as well? Yeah? Ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, Tanya, for spreading your light all around. We wish you more success. And look at that, another standing ovation. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure she feels your love right now, whatever you're doing. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, Sam. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the biggest one of the night. Our ultimate award this evening is the biggest honor that the IAA bestows in India. And to present this, may I kindly request Mr. Abhishek Kirnani and all the past presidents of the IAA India chapter to please join us on stage. What a night it has been, ladies and gentlemen, and we truly thank all of you for your presence over here It has been indeed incredible. Oh, am I the only one getting a heartbeat right now? I can feel my heartbeat. Yes. Thank you for joining us here. This award is the highest award the IAA bestows in India. Tonight is reserved for a visionary who has consistently stayed ahead of the curve, seeing possibilities long before they became realities. An entrepreneur, innovator, and industry leader, he has played a defining role in building India's digital entertainment ecosystem while continually pushing the boundaries of technology, creativity, and storytelling. His journey is marked not just by business success, but by an unwavering commitment to advancing the industry, nurturing innovation, and giving back through leadership, mentorship, and purpose-driven initiatives. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our privilege to present the IAA Hall of Fame to this year's distinguished recipient. And please join me as you all put your eyes on the screen.
We are proud to induct into the IAA Hall of Fame Neeraj Roy. Neeraj Roy started India's first digital brand solutions platform in 2000. As brands discovered the internet, Neeraj helped shape India's digital advertising revolution.
I have dealt with Hangama, Neeraj and the rest of his wonderful team. कुछ ना कुछ नयापन, नई चीज लाने की कोशिश जरूर कर रहे हैं.
Before smartphones, before apps, entertainment lived in every ringtone, every caller tune, every download. When entertainment went mobile, Neeraj was already there. As music found new audiences and streaming transformed entertainment, Neeraj kept building new experiences. From India's first content partnerships with Apple for iTunes to one of the country's earliest platforms for independent artists, for him, entertainment knew no boundaries. Today, Hangama connects stories, music, movies, games across the world. And now, storytelling is changing once again.
We will move from finite to infinite. Is now heading for a million to million kind of interaction and interface.
When AI is redefining storytelling, Neeraj Roy is already imagining what's next.
By 2013, let it be said that India just did not scale AI. We narrated it.
Advertising changed, entertainment changed, technology changed, curiosity never did.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining a group of extraordinary leaders in the IAA Hall of Fame. Please get those applauses really louder as we have on stage Mr. Neeraj Roy. The love and appreciation of the IAA for Mr. Neeraj Roy can be summed up in the IAA Hall of Fame citation. Megha, over to you.
It's my honor to read this, Neeraj, for you. The IAA India Chapter International Advertising Association is proud to induct Neeraj Roy into its Hall of Fame for having the conviction to found Hungama on the belief that the digital entertainment economy would rise to great heights, for his role as an innovator who transformed Hungama into a platform for storytelling, for believing that the world is entering a phase where content would go from finite to infinite, for being the principal inventor of Cine IQ, the proprietary generative AI creative excellence and storytelling platform, for leading industry associations like the IAA India Chapter and Mobile Entertainment Forum, to name just two, for being a consistent climate warrior and walking the environment talk, for the many awards he has won, including the outstanding contribution to the Mobile Entertainment Award from MEF London, the top 10 mobile thinkers, to name just two, for remaining young, for sure, and anticipating change in a dynamic and disruptive environment. Signed, Abhishek Karnani, President, IAA India Chapter, August 7, 2026. Congratulations, Neeraj.
Congratulations. Now it's time to celebrate Neeraj on the stage as he has the trophy in his hand. Congratulations, Mr. Neeraj Roy. Thank you to our past presidents. Mr. Neeraj Roy, you know the drill. The mic is all yours. We would love to hear from you. Yes.
Good evening, friends. Okay, that was not intended the way it probably came across. I am a little overwhelmed. I'd like to first of all acknowledge, I'm overwhelmed more because, this is Leadership Awards. Each year, we've seen the evolution of it. And I want to first recognize the sheer humility of Mr. Dilip Shangvi and the incredible work that he had done. And as though that was not enough, I want to once again first recognize the courage of Tanya and the spirit of Tanya. Rahul, you spoke at a time where you couldn't be more true about what is happening around us. And you're absolutely right. It is an institution to which, it's as much of a responsibility. But the way you took this up, my congratulations to you and your entire team. Somewhere around, this citation, Megha nudgingly judged and mentioned younger. And I was reminded the moment she said that, because I think it was about a little over 2 decades ago. We used to do these town halls. We used to have every Monday of each month, I would chat. These were very early days of the internet. You didn't really know much. Young little team, and we would talk about, stories, etc. And while I was speaking, everybody would talk about, disruption, etc. This goes back to probably 2001, 2 or something. And it just came out. And I said to my team, I said, the pace of this change makes me feel that if each year you don't become 3 years younger, I think in 3 years you're going to become redundant. And somehow that kind of just kept me going. I would keep reminding myself about that. And so, of course, over the last 2 decades, my entire, more than 2,500, 3,000 people of Hungama who've crossed this journey with me over the last 2.5 decades, I'm thankful to them. I'm obviously thankful to my family, of whom many of them are here, and they've heard me say this, and I can already anticipate, because every time I'd get started on something like this, my daughter would, oh no, Papa, don't go on that all over again, But honestly, that one component
of curiosity I've been fortunate because over these last 2.5 decades, you've really seen 4 or 5 different evolutions. And for me, I've kind of treated it like playing a game of Mario. You know, if those of you who've played the game of Mario, every time, you know, you're taking a little jug and you get a chance and you jump to the next one. If you jump to the next one, you catch the next wave, as it were. And that's, in a way, the entire transition happened. But it's privileged for me to experience this here in a crowd like this, because when I go back to 2000, my first 5 years were really all about brands. We started at a time when, you know, internet was, I mean, there was just about 1 million people online. And so any kind of communication had to be done. And those days, the homepage of Yahoo was 8 kilobytes, and 2 KB was the size of the banner. And I felt that that's not interactive. And with that thought, got into this whole thing of doing e-promos, little realizing that we'll end up doing 8,000 of them, work for about 400-500 brands. And this world, then, as evolution happened of the next phase of technology, and my thing has really been about networks. I saw a window which was centered around early stages of entertainment. And it was to begin with the music ecosystem. And the reason the music ecosystem, because at that time, networks were just Edge, 3G, and music as an asset class, when you think about it, is very light. You know, it's 8, 10 MB, which is one of the reasons why it was one of the most pirated things as well. And that built out to me going across, and yes, I saw in that AV there was mention about being the first to work around with Apple. I must tell you a little story about it over there. So I went 3 times to Cupertino, and basically with the intent saying, you know, you should represent Indian content. And the first 2 times, I was basically advised that no, you know, I mean, you know, we don't know this. You should put your content under a category called World. And the 3rd time that I was there, amongst other people, there was a very distinguished gentleman whom I probably can name now, goes by the name of Eddie Q, who is obviously responsible also for the iTunes build-out, etc. And I ended up thumping a table, like really, I said, you just don't get it, do you? You know, there's like 1 billion+ people. We are a nation which does 1,500 films. Our cinema is viewed in 127 countries, dubbed in 35 languages, etc., etc., etc. And we need a space, you know, for representing that, because this is, and that little journey then went on to 7 years. We were the only partners with them, opening up to them. And then came the last 10 years. You know, you saw the evolution of what happened with unlocking of data, which took us into the world of gaming, took us into the world of video. And about 7, 8 years back, I was already seeing this, that, you know, I feel we are heading into a world which is almost like a cube of sorts, you know, which is, you'll move from one to the other, from an audio to a video, to a game, to a live, to an immersive experience. But even I had never anticipated what will happen the last 3 years. And within those last 3 years, particularly what will happen the last 18 months. And I say this to you, I have never felt more energized as I have, driven by the opportunities that you look around the last 18 months. And I know that whole realm is filled with lots of question marks, lots of little areas which are, no, this will happen, and jobs will go, and this will go, and where the ethics to it, or whatever. All I'll say is just look back 50, 60, 100 years, go to any evolution. You will always find headwinds and challenges, as it were. But this is a phase which, to me, is one of the most powerful components. And for a nation like ours, which is so diverse, so multilingual, different cultures, we speak different languages. Over the last 5,000-7,000 years, we've been a nation, but we've been a nation in representations as confederation, a nation of princely states, etc. And we've, in our own way, struggled. What is it common? We don't have like one common language. We have multiple. Maybe artificial intelligence. Think of it with a little bit of optimism. Maybe this is one of those things which helps make people also speak a language. I say a sentence which will have a word of Bengali, a word of Tamil, a word of Kannada, four words of Hindi, and it'll still start making sense. And why I say this, I'm sorry, this is not like prepared or something, but it's important for me to just point out something, particularly to an audience of this nature. About 4 months back, I was, which, you know, to the technology world right now is a place in Santa Clara, which is pretty much like the mecca of technology. Because if you were to ask somebody, you've got to name one company and you've got to name one person on the back of which all of this has happened, that one company will be NVIDIA, and that one person will be Jensen Huang. And the reason it was important was, they had just finished their GDC event, and there was a reference to that in 2016, the first GPUs were actually made for AI. And they named it GeForce. So there were about 10, 12 of them around. We were talking, etc., at their headquarters. And one of them asked me this question, said, you know, if the compute capacity of the GPU in 2016 was, say, 1, now apply Moore's law. Moore's law is compounding every 18 months, 10x. So in 2026, the GPU that we've launched, what do you think is the compute capacity of that? So I applied my mind. I said, by Moore's law, it'll be probably 10,000. But I also realized, look at the group around me, you know, this has got to be a trick question. So I responded 1 lakh and then promptly corrected it to 100,000. No. So what is it, you know? 500,000? No. So I said, come on, you've got to be kidding me. It can't be 1 million, right? So you're absolutely right. It isn't 1 million. It's 40 million. Now, let that just sink in for a moment. Let that just sink in that something that could do compute or any task 10 years back, in 10 years, we are at a capacity which is 40 million. Forget this world we are in, forget entertainment or whatever. What does that do to transforming new drug discovery? What does that do in solving for problems which we haven't necessarily been able to? And what does that do? Come back to our world. And this is why, to me, the most promising thing that I see in the midst of all of this storm that's brewing right now is we are going to move from what I call as, we're moving to a stage of hyper-personalized storytelling. All this while, storytelling was what? 1, 2, few hundred, go down the ages, then came the printing press, you were able to reach more, evolution happened to the millions, etc. But with this level of compute, you're getting into a scenario where we will be able to do million to million. If drug discovery and DNA, CRISPR technology or whatever is already resulting in hyper-personalized solving for what is in your body, why won't our entire component of communication, etc., lead in that manner? And that, to me, ladies and gentlemen, is the most promising thing and why I feel that what we are sitting at is the cusp of something really remarkable. So I thank you all once again, IAA, for bestowing this honor on me. I'm truly humbled. And I promise to say one thing, that yes, I'll continue with this entire approach of every year try and be younger, as it were, at least right here. But once again, humbled and truly, truly respect and appreciate. And thank you all for staying back here and giving me this honor. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Mr. Neeraj Roy. And thank you for sharing your fascinating story, rather. Ladies and gentlemen, can we once again put our hands together and share all our love with Mr. Neeraj Roy? Congratulations, sir. As we come to the close of this memorable evening, one thought stands out above all else. Great leadership is rarely about choosing one path over the other. It is about finding the wisdom to balance many. On behalf of the IAA India chapter, thank you to everyone. Have a wonderful evening. Drinks and dinner will be served in the great room, which is adjacent to this hall, and we will see all our winners in the adjoining Leaders Lounge. And for one last time this evening, please give a huge round of applause to all our partners. Celebration partner Johnny Walker, Lux Blended Water, associated partners Tata Group and MediaCart, supporting partners Kotak Private Banking and Infomo, knowledge partner Lodestar media partners Free Press Journal and Hindustan Times, outdoor partner Lakshya Media Group, web media partners Ad Gully, Ad Mirror, Indian Television, Manifest, Media Brief, Media News for You and MXM India, event partners Hansa Events and creative content partner Creative Talkative. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you're already getting up, but thank you so much for being a wonderful audience. This is your host, Angela Ribello, saying from my mic to your heart, keep inspiring, keep being great leaders, and keep making the planet a better place wherever you go. Thank you and good night.